everyone, I'm Becky.
I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we are talking about What If It Is Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, which we got copies at Book Expo of America, where we actually got to meet the authors.
Woo-hoo.
At a author speed dating. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, it was the luncheon.
Yeah, the luncheon.
I would go back to that, like, hands down, just that.
That's true. That is, and I think you could. I think that you were able to buy tickets just to that luncheon, because the person at my table wasn't at Book Expo. But I also downloaded a copy off of Edelweiss, so I'd have an e-arc because my eyes are bad and I can make the font big on my Kindle.
Oh goodness, yeah, I did too.
Yes. So this book is about Ben. Ben is at the post office trying to mail a breakup box to his ex-boyfriend when Arthur first sees him. The two meet and have a moment, but aren't able to actually share their contact information before they are separated. Now the two of them will do what it takes to reconnect and maybe find love, even if Arthur is leaving at the end of the summer. Apparently I can't talk today. Mm-hmm. So I really, really, really liked this book. I thought this book was so cute. And the thing is, at the thing with Adam Silvera, he described it, and I thought this was going to be like a dark, depressing, like the universe ripping them apart book, but instead it's like this sweet love story about finding yourself and understanding your place in the world and having friends. And
like the way that you're talking about how Adam Silvera describes it is very kind of reminiscent of what his other books are
that
like.
Is true. That is true.
I mean, considering his other book, for example, was called "They Both Die at the End,"
and then they did, and I was really disappointed but you know what? That says something, because Adam Silvera can write awesome characters, because I knew they were both going to die at the end, but the whole time I was listening to the audiobook, I was like, they're going to live. They'll figure this out. It'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
And Becky Albertalli, like, some of her books I like and some of her books I don't like, but like with Simon and the Homo Sapien Agenda, she wrote this character, Simon, who was so, like, wonderful. And I feel like she did that again with Arthur. I'm assuming she wrote the Arthur parts because he's from Georgia and that Adam Silvera wrote the Ben parts.
That's kind of where I was at. I was really kind of anticipating not liking this book. Like, I had put it off, especially because it's long. Like, it's long. It reads fast, but it's super long. But I loved it. Yeah. It was, like, I don't even know how they could make it better. It was awesome.
No, and I think...
It was so adorable. I'm, like, laughing aloud. Yes. I'm going, oh, like, yes. And I wanted to keep reading it. Like, I enjoyed it. It didn't take me long to read it either.
No, I read it, like, in a day and a half. And that was, like, having a life, too. And the other thing, it's like a thing now to include Broadway references in your books. And some of the authors, you're like, this doesn't make sense. You're doing this just to be trendy. But they did it perfectly. Like, and it made sense that the music, like, because they did Hamilton, but I think there was a couple others. There was, like, Rent. There was, like, some Wicked references.
So, reading this book, okay, so I actually enjoyed the musical the last 5 years, and they actually referenced that, but it was so funny. Before they referenced that, it's like, I really want to listen to that soundtrack, and so I put it in, and then, like, I finished the book, and I'm like, oh!
Well, and, like, it makes sense why the characters have the reactions to the music that they have. You don't normally see that. Usually they're like, oh, they're just trying to be cool and reference something, whereas, like, when Ben's listening to the Hamilton soundtrack, like, what he gets from that, it makes sense to the character.
Well, and to be fair, though, I do not know a lot about Broadway musicals, so I did not get all of the references, but I was okay with that.
Yes. I want this to be a movie.
I kind of do love... They had Disney references, though, too.
They did.
Like, it was awesome.
It was like they felt like real characters.
It felt
like real people.
Awesome. It was awesome.
And there was also this idea, like Ben's Puerto Rican, and he's talking about, like, what does that mean? And what does that mean that not everybody who sees him realizes he's Puerto Rican? And there's a lot about, like, finding who you are. And there's also, like, this wonderful... like, being okay in your family and feeling secure in your family. And I just thought that was also beautifully done. Like I said, I want this to be, like, a movie. I don't care if it goes to the theater. I don't care if it goes to Netflix. I want to watch it.
Yeah, it would be a great movie. Because all of the side characters were awesome, too.
Right.
And I would be completely interested in seeing kind of what they were doing on their own. Dylan, like, the best friend Dylan was insane, but awesome.
He was hilarious.
Like, you're a bit too much, but I kind of love you.
Yeah.
And also, at least in the Adam Silvera parts, I didn't pick up on it in the Becky Albertalli parts, but Adam Silvera referred to some of his other novels. Like, there was one part where Ben's dad works at a Duane Reade, and I guess while he was working, there was a part where a father and son are in there buying condoms, and they didn't realize that the other two were there. And I'm fairly certain that that is a reference to one of his other books. I just can't remember which one.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I've only ever also read by him, They Both Die at the End. But we should rate it. So our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I feel like I have to give it a 5.
I'm kind of like, I've given it a 4 on Goodreads, but the more I talk about it, because like I'm like a week and a half out and I still love it.
I'm like fangirling about it, and that's strange for me.
I think I'm going to go with a 5. Like this was just like I might change my rating on Goodreads. This was just like a great, entertaining, like, I have an arc and I have a high schooler who wants it, so I'm going to give it to her tomorrow.
You have a friend who I'm going to give it to.
Yeah. So that's where we are on What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli.
So we'll see you around.
Bye.